Hello everybody, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual villain friend, a purveyor of good vibes. Today we are here to play some Genshin Impact. It's been a while since I last did a Genshin stream. It's mainly because, I'm always waiting for that Twitch stream event, or actually just a new version in general, right? To kind of stream some new things in the first place. They were technically things I could have streamed, but it was outside the event, and I feel like, the events are usually the best time to really stream the game. But yeah, so a new version has come out last week, the 4.7 version update. And there is a new Archon story, so that will be the main focus of today. And most likely, usually I could complete this in one stream, and after I'm done with that, I think this stream is good. But it really depends how long this. Not all Archon quests are, equally as long, but they tend to be longer than character story. I know that much, and yeah, most of the time I tend to kind of finish in one stream. But yeah, so the Archon story is called Bedtime Story. So is it all gonna be just a dream? Bedtime Story. Cold Case Commission. Have to go to Samaro. Oh, it would be there, right? When it comes to dreams, it usually would be here. Guess I haven't been in Samaro for a long time. So I guess we'll just get started, get going there. It always feels interesting to be back in Genshin. Especially, I think this is also the first time being back after playing stuff like Northern Waves, right? Which I'm pretty sure that's a hotly debatable topic, right? People like to compare Genshin and Northern Waves quite a bit. But for me, I still enjoy playing both games. Some people might be the type that they don't have time to play both, so they have to drop one for the other, so there are constant debate on it. For me, that's not much of an issue for now. Hopefully it won't be anytime soon, because I do still enjoy both of them. Genshin feels very polished compared to Northern Waves, and I do enjoy the story that Genshin has to offer so far. So I'm hoping the story is gonna be good. Northern Waves, on the other hand, has really good combat system. I really enjoy fighting a lot of things and exploring in Northern Waves. There's lots of quality of life kind of features over there that I wish that Genshin eventually would have one day, and it totally can. And I'm hoping because of it being out there and kind of showing that, oh, you could do things better, that Genshin might follow suit. But that'll be something we'll see in the future. But anyways, let's go ahead and start this story.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
Oh, really?
Only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
I never heard of that classification before. But sure, we're happy to take this one on. Which Archon do you need us to deal with today?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
That's kind of funny, because we were trying to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers.
Oh, a dozen? Person's really lost then.
With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Yeah, but we're technically having troubles locating our sister ourselves, so are we really the best one for the job?
Well, that's us for sure.
I guess we are at the top, sure. Glad we get you everywhere with Paimon, but I can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it either.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing. But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
It's kind of problematic.
If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Oh, Yeah, you know, we had a case where somebody kind of disappeared from existence. Referring to the Wanderer mainly. Sounds like this is very similar to this kind of case.
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
Yeah. Yeah, just because a person disappeared from existence doesn't mean like you can't completely remember them, right? You would think it's almost like a dream. New people new people you met in dreams. You know you met them before, but there's just so many details you can't recall. So I imagine it's kind of like that for them. True, that would be a little strange.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
Alright then, let's go! I'm starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
For a bedtime story, guys. Ooh. I guess we'll start by talking to the villagers and see what they know about this missing person. Definitely the way I would approach the situation first. Tough though, because
We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
kind of tough though, because so many people fail. It makes you think that this is going to be an impossible mission to do. But we'll know more once we talk to some people, right?
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues, but no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, guess guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
So those 3 questions are a no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand.
Oh, that's useful.
I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village, there's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Young guy in his 20s. They don't know his name. They know how he looks. Seems like they know how he kind of looks.
Is that guests I hear?
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
He already said he doesn't know about his parents.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
I wonder if it's related to the new 4-star character that got released
Well,
recently.
Trevor, what do you think?
There's probably more to this case than meets the eye. A lot of things are not adding up.
Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
Let's say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with? Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Yeah, like a dream. I was just mentioned that earlier. Could it be like what happened with the Great Lord Rukadavata? Like some sort of mass alteration of people's memories?
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
I'm sure we'll track him down. We'll certainly try our best.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Place. Mind me. I'm getting the habit from Wuthering Waves to collect everything as I go. I mean, I used to have this habit in Genshin. Feel like I don't collect as much in Genshin though that I should.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
Yeah, it's always nice to have someone, just someone so you could talk to, right? Whatever you need to talk to, you just talk to somebody. You know, this character is kind of starting to remind me of like Nahida, because Nahida was a character that appeared to people and helped them out, kind of in their dreams or some kind of way. But at the same time, people can't really fully pinpoint, you know, who or what she is. Seems like this person is very similar, but they kind of disappeared, stopped visiting them in their memories, and that's why they're kind of puzzled what's going on. But who else could it be that has something similar abilities to Nahida? Yeah, I think I get you what you mean. That's what family is for.
exactly how I feel?
I used to have someone like that. A family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now, I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear them out. Oh, that would be happy to hear me out. It's kind of like white on white, so I can barely read it.
Aww.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me. No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore.
Huh.
I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Don't say that. You help us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing person's case. But Tassa just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. There would be some combat somehow.
Look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
Yeah, they kind of are.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
Hello?
We've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Really had a fight? He just appeared. Oh, she attacked. I mean, he attacked, so can't be helped.
Ninjutsu!
Wind strike!
Don't be scared.
The wrong element for this.
The night is cold. Stars, shine for me.
Laid bare!
Got a dash.
As one with wind and climb!
Yeah, fire is an issue for this team.
My guiding stars. Cold. Mine's...
Just hoping the ice doesn't work for me.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
Question we should be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers. Wait a second. That person... It's Dainsleif!
Could be. He's always hearing these kind of weird stories usually.
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. See you later.
Yep, see you later, Atosa!
Well, hopefully he knows a bit more. Usually, a hilly troll expert, right?
Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
Us on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, let's see what we can learn from the villagers. After that, you also owe us many answers.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
Turn to the village to gather intel. Based on what you learned, you something, eventually something.
So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
That's going far back. It's been almost like a year since that Archon story, right?
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I want to have faith in her.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is He is also my kin, my older brother.
Ooh, that's some juicy big news right there.
Your brother?
What happened between the two of you? What really happened in Khaenri'ah back then?
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Khaenri'ah. The wise Roptatyr, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
That's a lot more people than I thought.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master.
Oh, Skirk's master. I forgot about that. You know, the one in Fontaine's story with Farina.
And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Somehow, everything is connected. That's true, then the stone slates we found in that ruin Fontaine, the ones that outline Fontaine's prophecy, that was most likely Baldafor's doing, Welfenir's doing as well.
They were once people of great esteem in Khaenri'ah, those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster, the ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
Then, my sibling came into contact with your brother?
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
Oh, hey, Mr. Monkey. Think seen you before, right? Yeah, you said hello before, and you appeared during one of my Genshin streams before. But yeah, welcome back. Just doing the 4.7 main story right now. Have you done it yet? Must be hard to talk about all of this, but thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines, memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who seems to exist only in people's memories. Could it be connected?
Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate. Missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all of this?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
It's morning.
Oh, so tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
Yeah, my head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Sure do. Feel like we're just at the tip of the iceberg. The mystery. I'm trying to think of whether this person that's missing is someone that we know, or is it just like a random NPC?
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
What?
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly did you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then!
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
How is that even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Yeah, it's not like he actually did give it away, right? Sounds like he doesn't even have it on him. Is the eye still safe? What if that memory is real?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the Eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the Eye is still in our possession.
Sounds like a trap.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
Sounds like they did it on purpose so they can follow Dainsleif and figure out where he hit the eye. Guess my main character's thinking the same way. But what if someone follows us? We go straight there and someone is on our tail. Aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted the memory in the first place. We forced Dane to confirm the eye's location. Given what I know of him, I'm sure Dane's already thought of that possibility. It seems like he might already have a plan. Let's go. Lead the way, Dane. Maybe he'll lead us to like a fake location just to check whether we got followed. At least that's what I would do if I was Dane. But you can't really say it out loud without giving away our plan, right? So we're just gonna have to believe in him.
Of course.
Go to where the field. I feel where it is hidden. We kind of have to go somewhere where it's easy to kind of figure out whether we're getting followed. It's usually how this always works.
Transfixed.
Things along the way. Those part of ore that I don't really need. I think flowers are a little bit more valuable because I never have enough of them when new characters arrive.
Way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Seems like he also trusts me.
Wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
He's okay. What was Dane going to tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
Wait, that's just the way to go in that he only knows. Kind of like a key. Dane brings you to where he hit the eye before. As you continue onward, the answer will soon be revealed. But when you step within, there seems to be something strange going on with Dane. He's not gonna like suddenly all betray me, right? Hopefully no one's like mind controlling him. Hopefully we just continue forward cautiously. It's been a while since I've been in a domain like this. There shouldn't be any battle if it's... I guess there would be some monsters along the way.
Laid bare, everlasting as the moon. Overruled. The wind knows me.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Okay. Okay, I need to go over there to unlock wherever that is. Puzzle to unlock another puzzle. Thankfully, the chest is kind of obvious. Yeah, it would be a ring guard in the way. Just gotta wait for you to wake up.
The night is cold.
Laid bare. Clouds high. The birds come. Wind strike.
Cold. Mine to command.
Get around before I jump down. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Should be back down here, right?
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Rune pointing in the direction. Right. I see. Very similar to a puzzle I've seen before in this gate.
Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
No zippy? Yeah, I'm just pressing the wrong button. Expecting more enemies.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
They are following us. Oh.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Where's the hot trap?
Not now.
Transfixed.
Ninjutsu!
As one with wind.
Is this a new enemy?
Stars, shine for me.
Transform? Unlucky for you. I'm actually using a power user.
My guiding stars.
It's perfect against this enemy. Normally I would use Oyaka, which would be really bad against this enemy.
Cold, mine to command. Not now.
I have a cryo shield too. Literally, this guy's the worst as the enemy.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you here on your own? You be alright?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alright. He's okay. He's strong. Count himself. I'm just worried about how he's affected. Dane does have a point. Something still feels off. What am I missing? Is it Imoto? It's Imoto.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
He did it.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Did they just leave us on a cliffhanger?
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
Check on the hilly churros.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Wait, I hear something.
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
You heard it too, Paimon? It was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way?
Is this the missing person?
Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
Very sus. Like, if it's, you know, the whole thing was like trapped earlier, it makes you wonder whether we can believe in this person implanting memories into
Looks
people.
like the same thing is happening over here too. The hilly trails are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
It's that voice again. They wouldn't be angry if I walk up to them, would they? Okay. They're in friendly terms. Feels very mean if I try to hit them. I don't want to know
There.
if it's possible or
It
not.
looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered, softly. Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more.
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trolls have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
I ever be able to see my sister? It always seems like there's something always kind of pushing us apart, right? Means there's the part of the reason, but he probably has a reason to do so. I wonder why or what the reason could be. Guess maybe he doesn't know how it would react if sister's there and they're fighting. Which side the main character would take. Alright, is it just to move the main character out of the equation? Hey villager, what's up?
Grandpa Medea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Huh?
Wait, they don't remember anymore? You don't remember? Well, things just got even more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
Yeah, perhaps.
How was that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
Too early to say. We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
Pretty sure it's gonna be most likely the case where everybody forgot about this person. Well, it's not like the person existed from what we can tell in the first place. But why? What's the purpose of having this person be in people's memories in the first place is the big question. Right? It doesn't feel like it's all related to the whole trap thing. It's related in a way, but like not even that way of directly affected Dainsleif himself. Maybe it could have been a test. It could have tested the skill on just round villagers and use it in Dainsleif later on. Maybe? Barum. See what he knows.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Have you seen him recently? Oh, has he actually became real? Is that the reason why he's not missing anymore? Yeah, have you seen him recently? Do you know where he went?
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Missing person is no longer missing. What's going on?
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
How return to the past would be that simple. Given everything Dean mentioned about disturbances of the ley line, I'd say it's far more likely that this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully. What's really going on? Oh, this again. It's been a long time since I've done this. This is some mirror type of mechanic, right? Usually you would just go through each scenario, then kind of make relations between them. People have... Wait, if I select the way I just mentioned it?
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories. If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing. If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
Wait, but we never... Actually, we did wake up at one point. Yeah, is this all a dream? I have really a doubt we'd return to the past. This definitely has to do with memories. It could... I would think is more likely...
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of change. Right? I think that's more likely than we're in somebody's memories. If we're in someone's memory, then whose memories will we be in the first place?
No, Bahram still remembers him. He just forgot about the fact that this person went missing.
Then, I'm usually really bad with this kind of puzzle. Guess I'll go with my second option then.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the leyline disturbances. We're in someone else's memory.
I feel like I wouldn't have really thought about that.
Your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
But when did we... Okay, so... I see. So this person is really missing. But we're in someone's memory before he was missing. Okay, I kind of get it now. If we really... But the question is who? If we really are in someone's memory... Well, then this is our chance to find him. Yeah, we can actually see who it is first.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we learned, or know what we know so far.
Good idea! That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Putting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way a new memory could perfectly blend into the new ones. There has to be some kind of tell. Person, scenes from the false mirrors will not change.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location.
Time does not pass within false memories. That's one of them.
If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's it. Because, yeah, things happen in a weird time of day, then it would feel not correct, right? But if time froze in a situation, then it's easy to kind of not really tell that what's going on, that they're getting tampered. False memories easy forgotten?
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
I mean, isn't that kind of similar to the second option? But it seems to point to this.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
We considered this conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer. Whose memory of this place? I don't think it's Dane's love. It seems like he has nothing to do with the village. Right? He hasn't mentioned anything about being in this village before. Besides, you know, being here right now. He's just chasing the abyss. Mada Ha. I feel like that's not unlikely. If anything, it's probably a Tassa, you know, who we haven't talked to yet.
The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described.
Yeah, it's also, I'm thinking the way they said that he is going off with somebody. Sounds like he's going off with her.
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory.
Let's go to the tree.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
I was at a hunch that we would have to go back there. As soon as I heard that they were, like, leaving the village. It's kind of weird that we're in the memory, though. That's the one thing that kind of bothers me. It makes you wonder how we started, you know, being in this memory in the first place.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Sounds like she really likes him. But he... It's dressed not like a obvious NPC, even though he kind of looks like an NPC with the back of his hair. Is he a sinner?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
We finally found him. But why does he look kind of familiar? We do? Does he really look familiar? Is he part of the Cinder story from last year? Is that what it is?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
Seems to be doing no harm.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Huh? Wrapped? Some kind of like off that is wrapped on his arm? Factoring the memories, the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of the one person who can connect all of this together. I don't know the other two, even though they have very similar names. But, we just got introduced by the visionary Valdemir, who... Is he supposed to look very similar to Dainslev? We'll go through all the options and see what the main character says first, though.
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality.
Oh, that's the guy's name. But I don't think it's him. I feel like we didn't mention this guy at all until now.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate.
That one sounds familiar, but...
Dane's brother, one of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss.
It sounds like it's most likely number 2, especially when it has to do with the loom. But I kind of want to go with this option first.
No, that doesn't seem right. I need to think about this some...
So it's probably the number 2 then.
You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time that I can't fully remember that too well. I guess that's the guy.
This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Forgot how he looked like. Must have been something similar, but not exactly like this. Huh? Is this, is this actually... It's probably readable. I bet you some people are trying to translate this right now. Well, not right now, but ever since the story came out. But for me, obviously I can't read it at all. Be interesting to kind of look back at it later. Tree? All comes back to the tree. Proof of existence. Can't attack or jump. Or run. I can only just walk. Is that like, am I walking in water? Harry Bird. That name does sound familiar. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
Look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
It's a rare opportunity for me as well. Should try to learn as much information from Caribur as I can. Yeah, the reason why I did not really think about him right away is I still don't know what this Loom of Fate is. And that seems to be probably like the one thing that might answer a lot of questions I have.
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Haribert is dead. So he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines? I didn't read I didn't read the option yet. I just kind of was, saying that on top of my head from what I was thinking. Literally, we're like in sync.
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So, that was the source of your ability to implant memories?
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So memories that suddenly appear in Dane's minds was implanted by Caribert through the half-finished Loom of Fate? That makes sense, but I'm still lost to why he went so far to introduce himself to all the residents of Remera Village. Yeah, why did you implant memories of yourself into the people of Remera Village? Was this all a big plan just to meet me, the traveler?
That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
So that's why I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago.
I wonder what I'm gonna tell the people in the village now. Well, he sounds like he always intended to just leave, and he did eventually. I wonder what could have happened if he just continued doing what he did before, but I guess eventually there's a limit to what he can do.
Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
Then, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Korea back then. You know, everyone's looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. Now, I believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
Huh? What? Loom of Fate is already complete? Does that mean the eye of the first field tiller must have fallen into the hands of the abyss? Something have happened to Dane? Oh, so I can only talk to him because the loom has been completed.
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But he never handed me the eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Wow, that's some crazy Inception type of stuff right there. Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? He did that? To trick Dane? He made him think that? When?
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
Oh, that's why I was acting weird right then and there. Couldn't say what was going on. He thought he already handed it.
Let's head inside.
Oh, that was so clever. So when Dane froze up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted in his mind. No wonder.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
What does this mean now that they have it? So Dane has the eye the whole time until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Too bad I could have... The main character could have, like, you know, asked him what's going on, why he acted weird right there. But I guess didn't think about it during that time, considering how weird things were. Oh, yeah, really there wasn't really much we could do. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what are you planning to do with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory.
I can't remember. It was very brief.
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish.
Oh, I can't remember that.
My father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster.
Oh yeah, now that's coming back to me.
That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
Well, the thing that caused the hilichurls to calm down back then was Karabar's story. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, when they were agitated before. So this was just to help the Hurley Turtles calm down. It is their people. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the Hurley Turtles a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Perhaps. I think it was a very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
The title of the story.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
Moto. She real? Or it wouldn't be.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation?
Most I ever heard these two ever talk.
Stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I just can't believe it's real. I mean, it's real to some point where we can actually interact with each other. Just can't touch.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
She's strong. She's stronger than my character right now at the moment. My character doesn't feel that strong. I just happen to be lucky in most of my situation. What exactly are you planning? What are you going to do with the Loom of Fate? All to make memories. Yeah, what can you do with it?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the Heavenly Principles awaken.
The Heavenly Principles are still asleep?
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes? Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
Really hate the Heavenly Principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words.
I mean, they were also what split us apart, right? And it feels like a lot of people are kind of gearing up to go against it too.
Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
So yeah, it's funny because I feel like we just keep on missing each other, right? It feels like something's always keeping us apart. Why?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
Huh? What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
Really?
Everything in space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
It's like a dream at this point. But the same for the villagers too?
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here.
Really? Just near the village?
Oh, and Dane came by just now? It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
So, like, right after we split from Dane, my character just fell asleep randomly. That's when we entered the memory? He never changes, does he? I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Curry Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Alright, Bear and I talked for a while, so the only memories we missed is the one we met the sister. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really? What a score!
Guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memory, was Caliber all along. But now that he's gone, not sure how to explain things to the villagers. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that either.
Well, what happened after that?
He's gone now. After that, huh? Can't seem to remember. Why does that have to go away? If I can remember Care Bear, why does my memory of my Imoto have to go away? Maybe I'm just tired. I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? That's just how it is with dreams. Sure why, but almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. They looked like quite a happy family, apparently.
Oh. That's, I guess that's, proper final memory to leave with them.
And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
That saves the whole issue with figuring out what to tell them. So that's how Carrie Bear said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them. Kind of sorry for the girl though. She really did seem like she really liked him. But now he's gone.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
That is a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Carrie Bear is gone. The Loom of Fate is now complete. No one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Is she gonna remember us popping into her memories? She might. This will be interesting. She might get mad at us. It's either way I'm walking. Or slightly flying over there. Oh, it's not too far. That was further. I feel like she's the one that's gonna get hurt the most.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Curry Bear now. Honestly, can't believe I forgot something so important.
Maybe he wanted you to forget him. Technically, I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him. That's what he wants, right? He wanted to have some kind of existence in people's memories. I can't remember him too well. I see. So, I guess because when he had the incomplete Loom of Fate, he could only do it vaguely, right? But once he had the whole thing, he could actually give them a full memory. And that's how they remembered. Oh, at least she remembers now.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right? Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
I wouldn't put it that way. It does feel that way though, right? When you think about it.
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
Sure, he had his reasons. Sad, but yeah, he can't really build a life with her, just being her memory.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
If only I could remember. Right. What was that? That happened. I can't remember. Huh? Feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Let's get along with each other. The two of you. That's a nice photo. But he can only manipulate memories, right? How would this end up in the pocket of my main character? This is quite the mystery. I guess we will never find out and tell why, but so that's it for the Archon story. Okay. Yeah, with that, I am now caught up with the Archon story. I am kind of excited for Koran's character story. I have... I do have keys to collect. Okay. And I do not have her unlocked yet, but and there's such a long line of characters to kind of cover. Try my best to kind of cover some of the new ones and hopefully not eventually, you know, hopefully be able to go back, cover some of the ones I missed. And luckily I do have some time to cover some, and since that was kind of short. Oh, but wait, there's also an event I have to worry about. Wait, when does it expire? Shoot, it expires in 5 days. So I guess this will be the main focus on the next stream. Like trying to double check the dates and everything. Okay. There's a lot of things that has to happen in the next few days. One, I needed to get this done, right? But before that, I needed to get Spiral Abyss done. I started a little bit, but I didn't get too far. Yeah, I don't have enough time for another character story today, but I'm like debating where I have enough time to do some Spiral Abyss, then call it. I mean, it's a Spiral Abyss I've done before, and I know how to complete, so maybe I can get it done quickly. Especially when it's kind of part the way done. That way, I could just focus on the event. But the weird thing is, I'm kind of worried that the event isn't going to take long to do. Especially when it's a short event, right? It just came out like... I could have swore it came out during the weekend. And because it can be really short, it might be better to bundle that with Spiral Abyss. But if I'm wrong about the event being a bit longer then it might be a longer stream that I would wish for. Yeah, I still have a little more time. I think I'll go ahead and finish Spiral Abyss. That way we have some action, right? Not completely just all story in this stream. And then, yeah, just focus on the event. And if I finish the event fast enough tomorrow, then I can start on Koran's character story. Hopefully, somehow manage to cover that all in one day. And if that happens, then I have another day to get another character story done. And going backwards will probably... right next, but I might not have enough keys to unlock it. Wait, it only takes one key to unlock, right? Maybe I will be. I really want to, you know, cover these characters that are locked. They seem like a higher priority than the characters that I have unlocked already. Yeah, minus Sino, because apparently I haven't done his one yet, but yeah, I do want to try to cover them if possible. Okay. Well, let's see if I can get Spiral Abyss done. I don't think you guys got any chance to see me use Arlecchino too much, especially after how it fully worked. Huh? What? 4 days until Spiral Abyss resets. I'm finished with Spiral Abyss. Why do I not have memory of me finishing this Spiral Abyss? I mean, sure, I've done it many times. Yeah. When did this happen? I like could have swore I had memories of, you know, doing Spiral Abyss over the weekend, but getting interrupted and having to take a little detour, and eventually thinking going back to it. And I must have went back and did finish it, but that part of my memory is all gone. Almost like it was a dream. What is going on today? But hey, I guess this is one less thing to worry about. I mean, it's the last Spiral Abyss. It's like this for the last 3 times, so it's really easy. So it must have been done really quickly that I couldn't really remember, especially when I had to I stopped midway between floor 10 and 11, and I must have somehow finished the last 2 very quickly. But I would think I would remember my struggles in 12. Okay, well. And somehow I left all the words there without picking it up. It is what it is. It's already done. What else can I do? But anyways, I guess that's the other thing we do have to worry about the future, right? We will probably have to do some Spiral Abyss when it resets. That might be for next week. Go ahead and claim the Prime Gems because of the Archon story. Okay, well, I think for the last thing I want to do then is let's go ahead and make some wishes. Yeah, I'm waiting to do Cloran's story before I decide to roll for her. Because I did save all this Primogem in case she ended up being a character I want to roll for. She, in the story, seems like a character that I would like, right? But after trying her kit, it wasn't as, I guess, impressive as I would have liked. I think she's really reliant on her teammates a bit more. I would have liked a character that's more independent, especially when, being a duelist, you would think that she's more used to doing one-on-one fights. But her kit didn't feel like it reflected that too much to me. So I might change my mind after, playing her character story, and maybe if I like her character enough, that's enough for me to roll for her. But her kit alone is not quite enough to push me on defense, so that's gonna have to wait. Especially when the 4-star and Spanner are not characters I need so much. Bennett and Toma, I already have them maxed out, so they don't need more constellations of them for sure. As for the new guy, I forgot what he's called. What are you called again? Set those. When I was looking at him, he looked okay. He doesn't feel like a character that I would be too crazy about. Maybe I need to play with this kid a bit more, but he looked okay from the trailers I've seen. I haven't actually played with this kid yet. I guess I would still like Cloran more, and I'll hide them, so I'll give that to her at least. It's just, my amount of Primogems or rolling currency is so precious to me that I need to be really, really critical about what I'm going to do with it. But anyways, the one thing I can do is roll this banner. And I don't know how long it's last been since I rolled. It's been like a month ago. Question was, when was... Oh. About 14 rolls ago was my last 5-star. So very unlikely for this to be a 5-star, but... I'd always hope. I'd always wish. That it will at least be a 4-star character that I would like. Definitely not this one. I feel like she's maxed out too already. But still, there's still a chance that I can get a 4-star character that I need. It's like, any more copies of Kirara or Kirara or what's his name? Miko. Not Miko. Mike. Mikely? I Start with an M. I forgot his name now. Apparently, I think I'm something close to that, but apparently I did not get that. Yeah, isn't a good chance. Not a good chance for that to really happen. But it's crazy that those 4 stars that I'm looking for has not appeared for a long time.
What could the children be up to?
I guess the last thing I want to check is could have swore we were supposed to get a free Karabra somewhere. Yeah, I heard rumors of that, but I have not seen that yet. Maybe it's an event that will appear later. And I guess I have to wait for that then.
Do as they please.
But anyways, it's pretty much at the time where I should go ahead and end the stream, so I probably will take that chance instead of getting pulled to a very long character story or event story. The event probably won't take too long. I at least hope it wouldn't. So yeah, the next time I stream Genshin tomorrow, we'll focus on finishing the event if it can be finished. I think given how much time is left, it should be able to finish it. And if I have some left for a time after that, which most likely will, then I would do Moran's story. And if her story really wins my heart over, then I'll roll for her. So tomorrow will be quite the, quite the improv day. But at least we have some sort of a plan. But anyways, yeah, today's main story was interesting. It's a lot like that, that memory that we went into a year ago that had Dainslev part of it. It's a bit of a sad story. It's just a bit weird that, out of everything to forget, I would forget the memory of my sister. You would think you would remember after seeing something like that photo. And I still question how that photo exists, especially if the character lost his memory like that. You would think it's because, it never really happened. Something like that along the lines of that, and that she would not appear in the photo. But she was there. At least I think the character saw it. But it's just too bad that the character didn't really react to it. It was really hard to say whether it really ever happened. I mean, in the end, it was just a memory, right?
I guess I'll post
Memory that the Harry Bear kind of weaved together. But anyways, we'll one day get to the bottom of it, finally meet the sister and solve all these weird mysteries that's going on in Genshin. One of these days, hopefully. For now, I am gonna go ahead and get some sleep. So, those who are watching the VOD in the future, thanks for watching. Hopefully, I see you guys around.
Should I choose?
NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.